And we are back.
Back
Jimbo,
in town.
The resurrection.
The king of comebacks we are.
No, we're. I think the last 3 videos have been our comebacks, but never really took off, mate.
We're the king of comebacks, the dunce of consistency.
Yeah.
That's basically where we sit.
I like that. I do. I like that. No, guys, we're obviously...
this morning.
Took you a while?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it actually did.
No. Obviously, guys, we're back. New setup. We got the plasma TV in the background, Jim.
What is this, 2005? The plasma TV.
The plasma TV.
A new 40-inch plasma for $8,000.
To see the wonderful highlights, mate, that we got going on here.
Yeah, for sure.
We're in the air-conditioned lounge room.
Yeah.
Look,
the budget this year has gone up a little bit.
Look, we splurged a little bit on some of the... We obviously couldn't splurge enough to get me a mic stand yet. But it's coming. It is coming. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I've been told. Look, we just wanted to touch on a few things. We're going to be doing some short episodes, guys. Get a couple at you a week and make it a bit easier for you to watch and listen. But there is a topic we wanted to start off with, Jim.
Yeah, it's the biggest news in the world, let alone just here in Australia. So.
You could say that.
Yeah, man.
It's a certain illness that we can't mention on
for naming rights on YouTube. We can't actually say what it is.
It's been copyrighted, so we can't actually say the virus. No. Look, it's obviously something that's now affected sport around the world, Jim. Obviously, sport is seen now as a pastime or something people can get away from their reality a bit. And
get away from the stress of life. You know, people just go down to the basketball, the footy, whatever, just to have a bit of a good time. And it's actually for the first time since I don't know if this has ever happened in my lifetime. It's taken away from us.
Yeah, we physically can't go to the game, so they're moving on now. The AFL, no fans in attendance
for round one.
Who knows where it could go from there?
So that's the latest news as of today. So
it is. So
that kind of just goes on the back of the NBA set the precedent this week. One of the players from the Utah Jazz, and now 2 players from the Utah Jazz have been found to have this particular thing.
Okay.
And the NBA has taken a really strong stance and suspended the whole season indefinitely.
Yeah, wow.
So
that's
now
massive.
That's filtered into, leagues around the world, and now it's hitting us in the AFL. So round 1, as of today, no fans in the stadium.
No. So look,
it's so many things, hey. So many questions you got to ask.
The first question I have for you is, do you see this becoming similar to the NBA where the season will be suspended on hiatus? Do you see that? Do you see it going that route here?
Look, it's. I don't think anyone in the world can tell you that.
No.
Like, I mean, it's such a tough, sensitive topic, but hopefully, the best outcome for me, I think, would be to play it week by week with the fans. Sort of this week, round 1, that's fine. See how it is round 2. I'm expecting the first month to sort of be like that.
Yeah, that's what I would
maybe
say.
up until round 4 and 5, and then sort of reevaluate. Having a whole suspension of the season would just be rough.
It's unnecessary, I think.
Yeah.
It's obviously more... You're better off playing it by ear, and that's what Gil is obviously doing.
Yeah.
To see where the virus goes. Hopefully it's squashed within a few months.
Yeah, within a couple of months. Hopefully, with all these harsh, travel bans and things like that, hopefully they can get on top of it. So... hopefully it doesn't affect too much of the season and we can just get back to talking about footy.
And hopefully we can also get back to just having normal toilet paper in our household. That would be good.
Look, that's a whole other issue.
For everyone overbuying toilet paper, please stop.
You're morons.
I've been wiping my ass with tissues for about a week. Look,
we just wanted to come back, create a small sort of platform, shorter, bite-sized pieces.
Exactly right.
And no better way to get into it than to move past this and get into our review of how you feel like the predictions of the year.
Our rankings.
Yeah,
our rankings, mate.
What we're going to do, guys, we're going to just go through our individual top 4. This is just the end of regular season.
Yep.
This is the top 4 and the bottom 4.
Okay.
So the good and the good and the bad. Yeah. So Donnie, I'll get you to go through your top 4 and sort of give me a reason why you think that's the way it's going to be.
I'll kick us off, mate. My top 4, I'm predicting this year. I've got the GWS finishing first. I've got the Giants.
End of the regular season.
End of the regular season,
wow.
sorry.
Yep.
So I've got the Giants finishing first. I've got the Bulldogs finishing second.
Wow. That's big moves.
I've got the 3-headed midfield dragon that the Western Bulldogs have.
The Dunkley Bont.
And McRae.
He's a gun.
Absolute gun, mate.
They're 3 big midfielders too.
And they're just absolute guns, like especially in fantasy. We will touch on that later as well.
We're going to get into fantasy this year. But
I've got Collingwood sitting in third.
Yep.
And I've got Richmond then sitting in fourth.
Yes.
Obviously, we know Richmond can have a rough start to the year if it's anything like last year.
Yeah, well, they had a few injuries. So
they did.
Look,
so look,
for me, on that, I don't know how you see them. Obviously, you're sort of hedging in that direction, but they're just a team that play when they need to play.
They need to play. Yeah.
If they need a win, notch up a win, they'll just go and get a scrappy win.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Just do it.
So that's sort of why I see them sitting around that fourth place, but they will be in my top four, Jim. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
Similarly, I've gone to the high flying Eagles in the West to finish first.
We're the Eagles.
We are the Eagles. Have you heard their new song?
Yeah, it's horrendous.
It's
mate.
pretty bad.
If anyone hasn't heard it, go and listen to it.
I would rather listen to Ben Cousins smoke a bong.
We'll just go watch the Channel 7 documentary on tonight, I think, mate.
Is it on tonight, is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, we'll have to
correct me on that
soon. But I've gone for the West Coast Eagles. The West Coast Eagles. And I just feel like they've acquired Tim Kelly from Geelong.
Yep.
To go along with Gaff and Shuey and
they're a great team.
They're a gun mid.
They're a great team. There's no doubt.
The thing, even when they're not that talented, they notch up that many home wins over there. It's such a tough road trip.
Exactly.
They almost like the equation basically is 12 and a half wins will get you in the 8.
Yeah, that's how it's seen.
If you can pretty much win most of your home games regardless of your talent, then you're pretty much going away to make the 8. And I see them winning a fair few away games on top of that. So I feel like that's going to be enough to push them into first, to be honest.
Yep. Wow, first place.
Yeah, definitely. Tim Kelly's a gun. I reckon they're going to be too hard to guard.
Yeah, especially in the midfield.
Yeah, very strong midfield. So second, I've gone with Richmond. I feel like they'll have a better year than they did last year, purely just because of the injuries. I don't touch wood. They're not going to be as struck with injuries as they were in the first half of the year. And if they tracked on their same trajectory, that should be enough to notch up that and enough wins for them to be in second. GWS for third.
Okay.
They'll always be there. They've got that much young talent.
I think
they've got young talent coming out the door, so they'll always be competitive.
They've somehow got that strong team that they've had last year. They've added Jacobs as well.
Yeah, he's just another solid veteran.
Another solid ruck. And then you've obviously got a lot of young talent that they've got coming in as well. So
they've just got like first round draft picks for days.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. So they're going to be a strong team.
They're just going to be competitive. They're going to be competitive.
Yeah, exactly right.
And fourth, I'm going to go the Pies.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I feel like there's a void around that 4 to 6 mark. You've got our Lions will be thereabouts.
Yeah,
Collingwood, and there's probably going to be like Geelong's going to be an interesting question mark.
I was thinking Freo. I was thinking Freo.
That's interesting. They have acquired some talent.
Brayshaw, Acre. I reckon they've got
they've acquired some young talent.
Walters, Fife.
Fremantle are the team that is so inconsistent. You just don't know. Like they could be top 8 one year and they could literally be bottom 4 next. So look, there's from 5 through 8, there's some spots up for grabs. Port Adelaide
as well, definitely. So, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah. So, but I think Collingwood just have enough cream on the top there.
They're a classy side,
just to edge their way above those teams.
Buckley will get them there.
Yeah. So now the other side of the tape, mate.
So we're going the rougher side of the ladder. So bottom 4. I'll start us on this one, Jim. I've got Carlton.
So Carlton's sitting on 15th.
Sitting on 15th.
Yep.
Look, I hope they prove me wrong. I think they've got a lot of young talent. Sam Walsh as well.
Oh, he's a gun.
Cripps. Yeah, they have got a lot of young talent. They've got the GOAT forward back, mate. Eddie Betts. Doesn't look like he can run up and down a footy field anymore. But that's another comment. I've got the Sydney Swans then at 16.
Yeah.
Hawthorn.
Wow.
They just didn't. They didn't look good in the preseason. I know we can't read into the preseason. I know this.
I know
I've heard the bloody rigmarole, mate. I know.
I would rather not watch the preseason than watch it. That's how strongly I feel that the Mars series does not mean anything.
I know Tom Mitchell's back, and look, he did look good in the couple of games they played. I just don't think they showed me enough, Jim. I'm not convinced.
All right.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So I've got them second last, and I've got the Wooden Spooners.
Oh, here we go.
The Adelaide Crows, mate.
I hope so, man. I hate that squad, eh?
Tex Walker, you are never going to win a premiership, mate. That's for sure.
Sorry, guys. If there's one team that I dislike in the AFL, it's got to be the Adelaide Crows.
It's the Crows. So I've got them sitting dead last. Look, the people they lost last season, I think they lost too many good players. I know they've got, obviously, Brodie Smith, Lair. They've still got some good players. Yeah. O'Brien in the ruck. But I just don't think they've got it. Yeah. I think that's my wooden spoon.
Right, so we're fairly similar with a lot of the picks. So I've gone Carlton as well for that same reason as you. I feel like they will probably be certainly more competitive again this year. They'll probably take a little step up. Yeah. But I just don't feel like they've got enough talent to win the close games. Yeah. Sydney, I see them there as well, dropping down to 16th. So we're similar. They're in a full rebuild stage. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious.
17th. I've gone Gold Coast. Now, I feel like they will take a step forward, and I feel like they are moving in the right direction. But essentially, they still don't have enough to win games of AFL footy. They'll be competitive, and they might pinch a few, similar to, you know, Carlton and Brisbane in the past sort of 2 years. Yeah. But I just don't feel like the guys that are going to be playing the majority of their time on the field, like Rao, Anderson, they're just not experienced. They don't know how to win at AFL level just yet, and they will in the next couple of years. I see them really stepping up in the next couple of years to push, like legitimately pushing the 8. So it's not all doom and gloom for Gold Coast, but I just don't think they've got what it takes right now.
I do agree, but I also disagree with you on that.
I agree. I agree to degree. Yeah.
I think with the people they've got, Brandon Ellis, Hugh Greenwood.
But let's just look at that. Let's look at that.
Hang on.
Brandon Ellis.
Hang on. Hang on.
There we go.
They've had their fair share of experience in the AFL. And looking at those preseason games, Rao, Anderson, Budrick, I know we didn't see Rankin, but these are young players who may not be experienced, but are very skilled by the looks of it. Even Rao at stages was getting nearly 40, 50 fantasy points and 50% time on ground. So, look, I think they've got the talent to have an immediate impact in this league, and I think they're going to finish middle of the pack.
It's a big call.
Just going to put it out there. I think they're going to have a big year.
This is why I see them finishing low. You've got a bunch of young guys that don't know how to win, and you're bringing in guys like Hugh Greenwood, who have come from a horrible Adelaide Crows. Yeah. Couldn't win falling out of a boat just by falling out of the boat. That's how bad
couldn't win. That was the morphin you came with there. And, falling out of a boat.
And no, but then you've got Brandon Ellis. He's come from a winning culture. So if they're gonna know how to win, it's from him. But at the same time, he was the 22nd player in the team. He was lucky to play in that team. Yeah. He's a decent, serviceable player. Yeah. He's not going to come in and be a superstar and help these guys actually win on the field. So they've got a long way to go yet. But I feel like they're on the trajectory. I just don't feel like the guys they've brought in are guys are going to turn the AFL on their head. They're not good enough. Hugh Greenwood's not good enough to turn a team around.
But could he be good enough given the circumstances he's in now? Probably running that midfield.
Well, he's going to have to run the midfield. Yeah. And to be honest with you, if he came to a team like the Lions or anywhere like that, he'd probably be the last midfielder you'd pick. Yeah. In a good team, he's not that good. And he's not going to go to a team that came dead last year and take them to 9th. He's not.
Yeah.
That's where he's at. So,
all right.
Anyway,
well, we'll have to wait and see, mate, if there's a season to actually watch. If a certain illness doesn't affect that.
So, now we've got Adelaide Crows at 18th.
You've got the wooden spoon.
We can 100% agree.
I think we can drink to that, mate.
Cheers. The Adelaide Crows.
The Adelaide Crows. We absolutely hate your guts, mate.
Yeah.
Nah, they're all right.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it right now. We're just going to keep everything short and sweet for you guys out there, and just make it, just have a couple little topics each episode, and just sort of nail those on the head.
We will. Nice, sweet, short and sweet. Look, guys, next episode, which will be in a few days, we'll be on the AFL Fantasy. We're going to spend 10 to 15 minutes just chatting about that. It's all your fantasy heads. Look.
Show us your mids, mate.
Show us your mids. Look, definitely watch out for that, because we're going to sort of break down our teams, where we're at, some of the topics we can talk about, and definitely get around it. But thanks again, guys. It's good to be back, Jim.
Awesome, mate. Yeah, catch a new episode in the next couple of days, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.